So we got the Rings of Power, episode 4, which it was around Galadriel trying to get off that fucking island, trying to
Yep.
kind of work out how best to get the queen to get her back to Middle Earth,
Mm-hmm.
um, and also Isildur and his journey of I'm gonna fuck up all my chances of joining the Marines or whatever.
Yeah, like it's weird his story because he, for some reason, is drawn to Middle Earth.
Yeah,
Doesn't he? He knows he's not supposed to be in Numia.
mm,
It's so weird. Like he knows that there is a future there,
yeah,
not here.
yeah. I really liked in this episode. I really liked spending time with the dwarves
Mm.
and Elrond's kind of story, his relationship with is it Durin?
Yeah, with Durin. Yeah,
Yeah, and his wife, um, and kind of seeing the origins of Mithril.
I thought he was gonna pull out the pause, the Oakenstone,
Yeah, same.
but then I realized that it's King Durin that King Durin, his people find it,
Yeah,
the Oakenstone. Yeah,
so that's coming later on.
yeah. Much later on, he's actually already king.
Mm.
Yeah, he's only a prince right now. But that was awesome though, man. I love the bit where Elrond is talking about his father and all that sort of stuff. That was beautiful
Yeah,
and yeah,
and I think that was like the whole point of that episode. Like it
sons
was
and
almost
fathers.
like that. It was almost like that moral
Yeah.
was that you you don't need to go in there guns blazing some of the
Mm.
time. Like a lot of time, it's about connection rather than um, overwhelming and subjugating,
Yep.
which I
Not
think like
not
makes
always
the
about submission as
yeah
well. You know what I mean? Like
yeah
it's still standing your ground, but understanding what that other person, the viewpoint of that other person
yeah.
as well. Yeah. Beautiful.
Uh, and then we kind of get Benjamin Stark walking into the frame as a Dar, Bumdar.
Was Uncle Benji.
Yeah,
Motherfucker.
yeah. And he's an elf.
He is an elf.
So why the
A
fuck is
turncoat
he?
fucker.
So what is he doing? And it looks like he's really caring for those orcs too.
He found that fucking sword is what he's doing.
Hmm.
I didn't get to have a look at his arms to see if he had the mark.
Yeah. That kid had the sword.
Hmm.
So what he did was basically, that elf guy that was like doing all the flips, and he used
Yeah.
the axe. And
I don't even know that guy's name.
same. I like seeing him because he's got
Yeah.
such a striking look, and the performance is on point.
Yeah.
But he releases that motherfucker, and
Yeah.
he's like, "Now you go out, and this is the message that I'm telling you to give to those people."
And you tell him I'm coming.
And that message is like, give up, or I'm gonna just go in there and decimate
Yep.
and destroy, and you're not gonna have a chance, really. And
Hit
these
him with the
people,
Rambo. Hit him with the Rambo. I'll give you a war you wouldn't believe.
yeah.
Like that's what he basically said.
And all these people from nearby villages are now in this tower, this watchtower.
Yeah.
Basically, it's almost like Helm's Deep
Mm-hmm.
because it's fortified and everything, but they're just surviving, which is
Mm-hmm.
wild. It was cool, kind of seeing um, the kid go back and do his thing, sneak
Mm.
into that village, and then that escape from the well, that little
Yeah.
sneaking one
Mm.
shot that they did was nice.
Yeah. It was nice. That the sword that he's got is one of those swords that the what's his face carry, yeah? The that
Nazgul?
stabbed, yeah, the Nazgul that stabs Frodo.
Yeah.
So they must all be imbued with a little bit of what's his face, Sauron,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Mm.
But it almost needs their blood to
Yeah,
feed on.
it's like a parasite. It needs a host. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, you also see the prophecy
Mm.
of Numenor
Yep.
because they uh, use a Palantir,
S- Yeah.
but this Palantir shows you
The future.
the future, which is like a different function that we haven't seen.
Well, it's weird because they can either what's his face sees the future. Uh, Merry or Pippin sees the future. Remember? Because
Yeah,
he sees the tree burning in
yeah, Gondor.
Gondor. Yeah, the tree of Gondor burning. Yeah.
But it was almost like this is a future if things don't change.
Yep. Yep.
Whereas I think that was the point that really persuaded that queen to, hey, if you help, maybe things will change.
Mm.
So I wonder if at one point in the show, if they go back and she uses it again, like that prophecy doesn't come to bear.
I think that the was it Palandia? I think what's his face is still gonna fall.
Numenor?
Numenor is gonna fall, man. It has to. There has to be something that's got a catalyst that's gonna join the men because it's the realm of men and elves that
Yep.
fought against Sauron and his armies. So there has to
Yeah.
be a catalyst to bring them all together.
Yeah.
And it's more than likely going to be some sort of orc ship or something like that that's going to come through and just ravage that town.
Yeah.
Like that's what it's going to take to
Mm.
join them.
Oh,
It's
oh,
either that or it is going to go like Atlantis and get swallowed by the sea.
yeah, that's what it looks like. I always
Yeah.
wonder if they're going to displace that tree. Does that tree end up in Gondor?
It has to be.
Is that the tree of Gondor?
That's the tree that's on Aragorn's chest.
Mm.
Yeah.
But Aragorn is the brethren of Isildur.
Isildur's son, yeah.
Yeah.
But what's his face? They say that he comes from a long line of kings. That means that what's his face? Isildur's father is a king as well in his own right. He says in that episode that he was a what? A page or something like that. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So he does have royal blood running in him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still like that guy, man.
He's the best.
Elendil.
Yeah. Elendil's the best. He's so calm and what's his face and calculated and you know,
Yeah.
he's just a good guy.
And honorable.
Honorable, yeah.
Yeah. I
It's
like
just
it.
yeah, it's funny to see like, I mean, he is like that. If the roles were reversed and it was him, would you see him die on the battlefield? But still, would he have thrown the ring into the Mount Doom?
Mm.
If he had gotten the ring instead of Isildur, if it was Isildur getting cut down and he chopped off Sauron's fingers,
Mm.
would he have what's his face? It's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Because at that point, Isildur was like full of rage, and maybe that was what the ring needed to sort of attach itself to him.
Well, he would have had to, like we had seen in the movies. You see where they fought the battle on the mountains of Mount Doom.
Yeah.
They still had a trek. Remember, they still had to trek up that fucking mountain.
Yeah.
So he would have had it and been thinking about it for a while to actually get into that chamber.
Mm.
And Elrond was with him as well, so he would have been talking him through like what he would have had to do and all that sort of stuff. But
Yeah.
it's just that fucking ring, man. That fucking ring.